What's up, YouTube? Spawny here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a Mermail deck profile. This is pre-BOSH, so none of this lovely guy over here, no Neptibus. Um, I'll do an updated version of this deck with him when he's legal, and then the side deck, as you can see, is kind of interesting. We'll come back to that later. So start off, one controller, counterpart, one Undyne. Undyne's still good to play. Just free dump any of your Atlanteans and then add one. Still pretty good. Just dump any of your water monsters. Usually you'll dump one of your Atlanteans, get a free pop or a search, and then search a controller too. So it's technically a +1. Double Dragoons for Atlanteans will play double Dragoons, double Infantry, double Marksman. Dragoons search any of your Sea Serpents, so you won't really search him, but you can search Diva, you can search Molenglacia, Megalo, or any of these two. Double Marksman, double Infantry. I actually like Infantry a lot more than Marksman right now, just because popping scales I feel like is better. Just because setting stuff isn't really that relevant right now. Like, the only thing that's really going to be a set consistently, I feel like, is like the only back rows are like Warning, Emptiness, Torrential, and then the only like monsters I'd probably set is like things like Plush Fire. But other than that, I feel like Infantry is just overall a better card right now. But you still play 2 and 2. You could probably, if you really wanted to, you could probably cut one Marksman for your 3rd Infantry. But this is also good against like lower stair stuff like Burning Abyss and stuff like that. One Diva, just because it's a tuner and you can like summon Marksman and get the Marksman and Dragoons and then Trish them in phase 2. So it's pretty good. Or you can just like summon this and get like an extra normal summon off of it. So that's kind of cool. I already went over that. Triple Gund. Gund is just really good overall. I like Gund. Free reborn. It's a reborn. I mean, for any of your Mermail monsters, don't think you can argue with that. So you fill your board faster. One lead, just for a beat stick. Just Lind into lead and Sphere into Lind into lead and whatnot. Triple Lind. She's still necessary at 3. Not as good of a floater as she once was, but I still feel like 3 is necessary just to like be able to solve her a little bit or put more pressure on board. Double Megalo. I still like 2. 2 I think is still definitely necessary. Just because he's just plussing and dumping all your Atlanteans, popping stuff, and double attacker. I think he's overall a really good card, definitely worth 2 spots. Triple Pike, staple obviously, just dump any water at level 3. Most of the time you're probably going to go for Undyne if you already haven't. If not, you probably go for like a Gund. Triple Teus, search any of your level 4 or lower Mermails is pretty good. One turd, just recycle stuff. And Molenglacia, this card's actually really good, especially with Shadal's not being as relevant anymore. This card just overall just gains value from that, just being able to dump cards out of their hand. Just overall a good card. 2800 attack too, so it's pretty big. Triple Gores. I like Gores. I actually play this over Upstart in the deck. It just came down to this or that, and I really wanted to play Gores in here just because it provides you defense. Like, I was actually originally playing Fiendish Chains, but I wanted to play Upstarts, but I wanted to play Gores too, so I decided that I'd rather have this than Fiendish Chain. For the sole fact that you can, when game 2 and 3, you can also max C into this, but at the same time, it's a level 7, so it utilizes any of your rank 7s in your extra deck minus Best Gaios. But I feel like this card is really good. It provides defense, and it's a card that oftentimes will actually catches a lot of people off guard too. Double Instant Fusion, just for your Nordens. Regeki, this card's really subpar right now. I'd probably side this card out a lot. It's super subpar. It's really only good against like Burning Abyss when you have like a Dweller play going, or rogue stuff, maybe like Teller Knights or something. But overall, this card is really subpar right now, and you'll probably side it out almost every game for stuff like Max C's and Iron Walls and whatnot. Salvage, this card's controversial, but I like it just because there's times where you just top deck into this and it wins you the game simply because you get back resources. Get back your Marksmans or Gund or whatever. It can win. It can make the difference between winning a game. Like, it can make a Megalo live off of one card, and I just really like that. And Soul Charge, obviously, because anyone who's activated this card in Mermails and just made a huge stupid board, paid like 4,000 life points, made like a board of like Abyss Gaios, and like lead or just like a board of something along the lines of like Flare Dragon, Megalo with like a Lind in defense or something really stupid like that. This card is absolutely insane in this deck. Triple Sphere. This card is really good. Searchable by Megalo, so also you can recycle them with Dueling. Dueling, you can just bounce them back. So really good, and you can just this into Lind, and then if the Lind doesn't die, this destroys itself, and then Lind activates, so you can like summon your lead or whatever. And then Warning, Torrential Emptiness. Warning and Emptiness are obviously the best traps in the game right now. Torrential is controversial. I think this card is just a little bit better, just because like you can do some kind of some cool stuff with Lind with this. Sometimes where you're like Sphere into Lind, or where you like activate Torrential and then you like Chain Sphere, get a Lind out, Torrential Sphere resolves, Lind summons, then Torrential destroys Lind, and then Lind will trigger. So it's kind of cool. Like this card's it's a bit more versatile than this, which is why I think this card's really, really controversial. You could probably actually cut this card if you wanted to. You might still want to side it, but you could probably cut this card if you wanted to. That's the main deck. I tried to stick it to 40 cards. You could go up probably, I'd say, 45 in this deck. Mermail is one of those decks where it doesn't have to stick to the 40 card rule. You could go up to as high as 45, I'd say. Like some people talk like 55, 54, 55 Mermail deck, 40, 45, 50, 55 card Mermail decks in the past before, so it's definitely doable. Side deck, Triple Maxi, just because it's good. A lot of special summoning happening right now in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Triple Mistaken Arrest, just because I feel like this card's good versus other decks. It's good versus like Pepe and stuff like that. Decks that just generally need to keep their searches going with like Luster Pendulums, Wavering Eyes and stuff. Just be able to net advantage off of you and keep themselves going. This card, it can hurt you, but I think it's really, really good. Triple MST. It's MST. Don't really need to explain. This card's kind of staple in the side deck. Triple Iron Wall. Just because Infernoids and Cosmos are running around right now. Cosmos are falling off the face of the earth. I think Infernoids have fallen off even more than they have. But you know. And then I put these in here simply because there's a lot of like this extra deck space is so tight that like it really comes down to like what do you feel like you want to play the most, what's going to be the most useful to you. So I mean in the side deck you can put like any 3 cards. Like you could put like I don't know, like you could put like Ghost Ogres in the side deck in these spots if you wanted to, or something along those lines, you know. But I felt like this was the extra deck I wanted to play, and these are just options you could put in here. So I decided to play Double Norden just because we have double instant fusion, and it just comes up a lot. It's a really, really good card, and you want the second one actually does come up. Black Rose, just because blowing the board, it's still pretty good. Dueling, I chose this over the Goyo. You could play the Goyo though if you wanted to play a little bit more aggressively. I just felt like bouncing back my spheres was something I enjoyed to do. If you want to play Fiendish Chains over the Gorzes as well, this card becomes even better. I just felt like Gorz gave me too much a better setup than I Fiendish Chain did. Leo and Trishula, just because they're probably the ones you're going to make the most. You can make Trishula relatively easily in this deck. Dweller, because Dweller is really good, especially because you have a lot of water, so he gets 500 extra attack, and then everything on the board that's a water gets 500 extra attack too. Bahamut Shark, I play 2 targets for him. I play the Trite and the Livia. I'll come back to this card. I actually really like this card, but Trite's just kind of a staple target. Castel, just because spot removal. Dracosac, he doesn't come up as much, but he does. He's still a really good card. Biscayos, this card is just absolutely amazing right now versus all like the pendulum stuff and whatnot. It's absolutely amazing. Trite, the Big Eye. This card's actually really subpar right now. You could probably get away with cutting it, but there's times where you can just make a Big Eye and it'll win you the game. Flare Dragon, just because punishing your opponent for playing the game is pretty good. And Levia. This is a Bahamut Shark target. I really, really like this versus Pendulum decks because a lot of like stuff like they'll play out like damage jugglers with plush fires, or like they'll put out like plush fires and like they'll just leave these pendulum monsters on board sometimes, and then you can just run over them, and then they don't go back to the extra deck, so they lose that resource. So I think this card is really, really good right now. Other cards you could play is you could play Armadius because like Diva and like a Marksman or something. You can make 5 in this deck. It just doesn't come up, I feel like, as often as these other cards. Goyo, you could swap this for the Dueling. I wouldn't play both though. And Direwolf, you could play this over probably the Levia is what this would be. Is what this would become if you didn't want to play the Levia. This card's just, dear God, stop PMing me. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, these you could swap the Levia for the Direwolf if you want to. But that's deck profile, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Real quick announcement for you guys. Due to circumstances and stuff, I'm actually quitting the game in real life for the moment. So you expect to see more DN stuff. I'll probably just do like fun stuff like Mermails and stuff, like decks I'm interested in. Me and my friend are planning to build like some just completely stupid decks that were never actually played. There was just stuff we played around when we were like playing this game really casually before we started on a more competitive level. He actually quit the game on a competitive level a while ago. He's just more of a casual player now. Yeah, I think we're planning to build like a really old 60 card zombie deck, and I'm planning to build like something like Black Wings with like some weird cards in it, like Earthbound Immortals and stuff. So if you guys want to stick around for that, we can post some of those deck profiles if you really wanted to see the stupid shit we can create. But yeah, I'm selling most of my stuff. All my expensive stuff will be gone. Like my ulti marksmans, I'm selling those. Archfiend Eccentrics, I'm getting rid of those. The only decks I'm really planning to keep are, I'll probably keep this deck, and that's about it. Everything else is really gonna go. The game in real life is just it's lost its value for me at the moment. Like Pendulums just kind of made this game a little bit more sacky and just luck based. And like it's just there's just no more differentiation from the norm. It's just, I mean, all the decks have become like so linear. I feel like, yeah, Pendulum decks have the potential for a much higher ceiling than like decks like Cosmos and stuff, but even then it's like they still it's build your OTK deck, like Pendulum Magicians and stuff like that. It's build your OTK deck. I don't enjoy playing in a format like that. So when I do play in real life, I'll probably play something like Mermails. I'll probably eventually come across and get a set of Neptibus, and I'll just play that. And I'll probably profile that for you guys when I get it. Expect to just see more DN stuff. I don't know if I'll be uploading as frequently, but I will definitely try to upload a video so I'm not completely dead off face of the earth. I will probably return to this game at some point once I establish a secure job and everything like that. But for the moment, it's just it hasn't become worth investing money into for me. So I hope you guys understand. Sorry if there's any inconveniences. I will definitely still be active and try to keep up with what's happening in this game. You know, bring you guys as much good content as I can. If you have anything you'd like to see on the more casual side of the game, I can definitely do that for you guys. I will have time to spare. You know, I'm going into my last semester of high school, passed all my classes for first semester, so I'm going to be starting my last semester of high school as a senior in January. So yeah, I will have time to do stuff for you guys, and yeah. So let me guys know what you think. If there's anything you want to see on the more casual side of the game, or if you still want to see like more competitive stuff through DN, I can definitely make that happen for you guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you'll stick around for more stuff, both casual and competitive. Just as I said, the more competitive stuff will be more off of Dueling Network, as is my last couple videos have been. Just because I haven't been out getting cards and stuff, and you know, a couple days ago the decision came around that I needed to take a break for the time being. So I will probably return to this game at some point. I'm just not sure exactly when that will be. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great Christmas if I don't upload again before. Hope you guys get all the good gifts you're wanting to get. And thanks, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see going forward. And, yep.